go. Good. There we go.
It's the start of something big here at WLEX. A new look, a new station, and a new commitment to you.
It was a feeling of shock, a feeling of sadness.
5 people die after a car runs off this bridge. We'll show you how to get out alive if your car goes under.
I couldn't believe it had rained so much overnight.
And we're finally getting some rain. But is it enough to make a difference? Find out next.
You're watching WLEX TV 18.
Good news finally falls from the sky for much of Kentucky. It's the rain we've desperately needed, making farmers and homeowners very happy. And good evening. Welcome to our new home here at 18 Action News. I'm Tom Kenny.
And I'm Melanie Glasscock. And finally, the rain for central Kentucky just when the bluegrass was starting to turn brown. Our Tim Gordon is live tonight in Scott County, where those farmers really needed this rain, Tim.
They sure did, Melanie, and we're out at the Double Stink Hog Farm where over an inch of rain fell on some very thirsty crops, including this beautiful looking cabbage. But it's really not enough, and because it's really the most rain they've seen since March. Tom Pfister's been hoping for rain. He's thankful it finally arrived to keep his crops from drying up. The cabbage, the corn, and the green beans.
As the old timers say, it's $1 million rain, which means that you're going to get, it helps out the crops all the way around in terms of yield.
At other farms, tobacco is the key crop. What was recently set but wilting in the heat is now all perked up thanks to the soaking. And then there's the rest of us, like Sherry Taylor of Longview Estates. So glad to see liquid relief for her yard.
Because our lawn was dry, it was very, very brown, very brittle. The trees again were drooping and dying, the leaves were falling off, and the flowers weren't growing well. And we have a small tomato patch in the back, and that was drooping also. So we're very, very thankful for the rain.
Yes, we are all very thankful for that rain. And you might be wondering how they managed to turn out such beautiful cabbage out here. Well, they've been irrigating and they've been pulling water from their wells, but that's not what they want to do. Of course, it's expensive, and there's only so much of that to go around. So that natural precipitation falling down is exactly what we need. But if you think we're out of the woods, we're certainly not. We're still in a drought, and we need more days like we've had overnight, early this morning, and into noontime today. I know Bill Meck is going to tell us all about that, if we've got it coming, Mel.
Now, Tim Gordon, are you standing in mud yet, or is it still pretty hard and firm?
No, but I'll show you. Look at my shoes. It's firm now, but earlier today we were in it, but we were very glad to be in it. It rained so hard out here, Melanie, earlier in Scott County, just when we were coming out, that it was really running off, and actually it'd be better if we had the slower soaking variety. They had a lot of that out here, too.
A welcome sight, no matter how much we get. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. The big question is, though, how long will this rain last?
Well, hopefully we'll get enough to green up the lawns and give those crops a break. We need the relief we can get. We want to join Bill Meck right now in the 18 Storm Center. Are we going to get any more rain, Bill?
Some folks still getting the rain, but that's the last of it. And it looks like it'll be the last of it until maybe the middle or end part of the week. But I'll tell you what, we are looking at some much-needed rainfall. It did come across the area. And welcome, by the way, to the 18 Storm Center. And it is a wonderful state-of-the-art facility. We have got every kind of computer you can imagine back here. It's all the tools to help you really get the best information possible, and we will get that information to you, including things like this. Rainfall. This is according to our Doppler radar measurements with the dual Doppler, and you can see any place that's got coloring, that's more than a ½ inch of rain that did fall. Up north of Georgetown, they got better than 2 inches of rain. Look at Carlisle, better than 3 inches, and also around Paris, about 3 inches of rain. Current look at the 18 Storm Team dual Doppler. We will show you that there are showers out there, but those are exiting now, heading down through Jackson. You folks in London are about to get some rain. Quick check with the KU18 Skycam. In Lexington, things are beginning to improve. There you see it. We do have some partly cloudy conditions. And along with that, we will see those clouds on the way out. So your quick first weather tonight, looking at clearing conditions, less humid. It's going to be very comfortable and more springy. All the details on that coming up in a few minutes. Right. Tom, Melanie.
Thank you very much. We have education news for you tonight.
Just to let you know, we have an interim superintendent here in Fayette County right now who will replace Dr. Peter Flynn on an interim basis. Her name is Dr. Robin Frankhauser. She's the former director of planning and budget, and we'll have more on that as it becomes available. That's just in. Well, a Kentucky teenager is lucky to be alive tonight after he is struck by lightning, and it happened last night in Walton. That's in northern Kentucky. Jeremy Hayden was watching a thunderstorm with his hand on a metal doorknob when he was struck. The current rushed through his right hand and left scorch marks on his arm. The 18-year-old is in the hospital in fair condition. And back here in Lexington, several members of the black community are meeting with Mayor Pam Miller and Police Chief Larry Walsh tonight to help end what some call racial tension between the community and the police department. Our Nancy-Lynne Trentham is in our newsroom with more on this. Nancy-Lynne.
Melanie, it's an issue that has many people upset. Several members of the black community say they're singled out and they're mistreated by police because of the color of their skin. Now, coming up at 6:30, you'll hear from a man who believes an officer pulled him over because he was black. He says he was not speeding. He claims he did not run any lights, but he was driving without a license, something the officer did not discover until after he pulled him over. Now, is there anything wrong with this picture?
There is still a lot of racial bigotry, hatred that's going on in our community.
We contacted the Lexington Police Department to get their response to this issue, but they did not want to comment until tonight's meeting is over. Melanie?
Okay, thank you, Nancy-Lynne. Now, if you would like to voice your concerns on the issue with the mayor and the police chief, it's not too late. That meeting is going on right now at the St. Paul A&ME Church, and that's on North Upper Street.
A part-time youth minister pleads not guilty to charges in relation to a fatal fire last September at Murray State University. Tony Hyatt reports.
23-year-old Jerry Walker entered the courtroom and entered his plea to murder, arson, and assault charges. The Commonwealth says it is now 100% confident that they have finally found the man who set the fire.
I don't feel at liberty to discuss the evidence. That'll be disclosed shortly. But in my opinion, the case is compelling. It's extremely strong.
The September 18th fire in Hester Hall took the life of Michael Minger. It seriously injured another student and slightly injured 4 others. Originally, 7 students had been charged with setting the blaze, but those charges were dropped months ago when the case against them literally fell apart. Now the Commonwealth is moving ahead and asking for a speedy trial.
He intends to give us as quick a trial as he can, but of course the defendant certainly has considerable rights, and the discovery will have to be completed first, and that's why I announced that we could finish that within 30 days.
Walker remains in the Callaway County Jail without bond, and the state is not sure yet if it will seek the death penalty in this case.
Tony Hyatt reporting. A trial date is expected to be set around October 25th.
Well, today is a holiday of sorts. Governor Paul Patton declared today Special Olympics Team Kentucky Day. Now, these are just some of the athletes who will represent Kentucky in the 1999 Special Olympic World Summer Games. The Games are the world's largest sporting event this year. 53 athletes will compete, and they are excited.
This will be my first time doing something like this, because I've always been, like competitive, seeing how well I do locally and area, but I like to see how I do nationally.
And the athletes leave for Raleigh, North Carolina on June the 25th. And good luck to all those athletes. Big heart.
We needed the rain, so we don't want to complain, but for some people, the timing wasn't the best. It wasn't the best for hitting the links today, but some dedicated golfers did brave the elements for a good cause.
Yeah, the 3rd annual Miss Kentucky Golf Tournament teed off today, helping raise money for the Miss Kentucky Scholarship Pageant. And several area golfers took to the course at Houston Oaks, that's up in Paris. They came out swinging in hopes of winning some big prizes. But the major draw, of course, was the ladies. The 31 Miss Kentucky contestants were on hand, acting as chauffeurs for the golfers. And for one first-time contestant, the day was a smashing success.
I really had a really good time. It's a lot better than what I expected. All the girls are really nice, and we've gotten along. So I hope it stays that way. The closer we get to competition time, it might get a little more stressful.
And the golf tournament is just one of several events that the Miss Kentucky contestants will take part in this week, culminating with Saturday's pageant finals, which you will see live right here on Channel 18, and that starts at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. And we might mention that our own Tom Kenny and Nancy Cox will be hosting it.
Yes, it'll be our 5th year to MC, and it is our pleasure. Look forward to it.
Big event. Well, it's also a big day here for us right here at WLEX. If you've probably noticed by now, we're on our new set in a brand new building.
So how is the first day going? We're going to take a look at all the new technology and what it means more importantly for you when we come back.
And a little bit later, it is something that could save your life. We'll show you how to get out alive if your car ends up in the water.